Let's open up X and see what's going on in the world today. Oh my God. First things first. Man. Wow, there's a difference. Let's see. Let's just do this. And go ahead and clip that. You know, I talked about this in a TikTok. I don't know if I've posted this yet or not. But whenever I first saw, we'll pull it up here. Whenever I first saw like the screenshots and stuff of Ghost of Yotei, and I've talked about this a little bit, where play on TV. Let's see. How do I full screen? Basically, like, when I first saw it, my brain is programmed to be like, yeah, if it's a girl character in 2025, then it's going to be woke, But, I think our brains are kind of poisoned like that right now. Just because we've been shoveled so much DEI slop over the years, like any little hint, you're like, okay, this one's not for the boys. This one's for the who's it's what's it's that actually wants to play this, or a girl game or whatever. I mean, like there are some games that are girl games, or more girl centric games, kid centric games, dude centric games. I guess there's gay games now. I don't know. There's the Gaming Awards, which sounds pretty gay. But anyway, when I first saw the screens and screenshots and announcement of this, I was like, yeah, this is going to be woke. Yeah, this is going to be garbage. And then I watched the state of play, like I actually watched it, and I was like, that wasn't my takeaway. I was like, this looks great. This story looks compelling. She's not overly ugly. She doesn't have giant tits, but that's okay. Not all girls have giant tits, guys. That's real. You know what I mean? But like she doesn't look like a guy. She has a family, a classic family, a brother, a mom, and a dad. She doesn't have two moms, two dads, or anything. Hell, they're not interracial. I mean, again, I'm just going down the line of things that piss people off, not me necessarily. That people are like, when you see these things and you start seeing them grouped together, you're like, oh, this is DEI. The main character is not a black dude. When black dudes didn't exist in this time period of Japan, you know what I mean? Like they weren't here. When you think about Assassin's Creed Shadows, like she's not a black dude. There were Asian women. There were probably Asian women who could kill people. That's real. They weren't like gonna like out strength you, but it's a video game, so let's give it like a little bit, like there's video games with chicks with big butts and boobs that like would not be able to move to hurt anyone with that much cake in that ass and that much hams in them titties. You know what I'm saying? Like it just like it wouldn't. So just a video game, so remember, but look how freaking good this looks. So when I watched this state of play, I was like, I don't think this is DEI. Another thing that kind of made me feel like that is like a lot of times when you have these like games where you have like the people talking about the game, it'll be like a picture, like a guy, I think like Bethesda when they did their like Starfield thing or something, they're like, we did all this stuff, and they go through all the different people who like work on the game and like do interviews of the developers. Just like some gameplay developers. This is all gameplay. They don't show anybody. First of all, they don't show nobody. So it's like there's no pink-haired person, there's no trans people, no gay people, there's no people. And honestly, what it sounds like, is the people narrating this for Sucker Punch are just a couple of white dudes. They're like, yeah, hey, we made a game and we think this ninja shit's awesome. We think samurais are badass, and we're going to tell this girl's story, And I really think it really feels like they're like, let's do it again, but this time let's do a girl instead of a guy. What other options do they have? What other options do they have, y'all? It could be you can play as a little kid, an old man, or a man, an Asian man, You don't want to go the way of Assassin's Creed, or it's a black guy. You don't want to go the white guy because again, people are like, well, you got to put a white guy in it. Like so it's got to be an Asian person. And there's two genders you could go off of in this time period. If you want to argue there's more genders now, okay, I don't care, whatever. That's not what we're talking about. But in this time period, guy or girl, Asian or Asian. So if they were like, we want to be different, let's make it a girl this time. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are going to be a horse? Like, what are we doing? So, some people would be into that, but yeah. So I don't think this is woke at all. I think it's a society. That's where our brains are, because that's, again, I'm guilty of it. When I first saw the screens and it was like Ghost of Yotei, it's the girl version now. I was like, oh, oh God. Oh, and it doesn't help. Let's actually look. Another reason I thought that is because on Ghost of Yotei actress, she's super work. She's super woke. Erica, is she woke? Yeah, there's whole videos on it. Okay, she's pretty crazy. She's pretty crazy. I don't have any examples here. Reddit's never going to be real. I mean, she dresses up as a dude at one point. Voiced by radical activist. Yeah, she's so like the actress, like, yeah, she seems like she sucks real bad. So it is one of those things where you have to separate the art from the artist a little bit. But yeah, so that's another thing where it's like, okay, you see the screens as a girl now, you're like, it's gonna be woke. And then you see her and you're like, oh God, Snow White again. But I really don't think so. I think that she sucks, but I don't think that's it. So let's see, what else was I gonna look at? Oh, Wu Chang gameplay. This is the big booby girl here version of a game. I really don't know much about this game. Okay, it's one of these. Well, first of all, this is a completely different game. But I guess if your comparison is like, look at the Asian ladies designed by Sucker Punch, a Western game studio, and then you look at like a Chinese or Korean video game, she's got big hooters and stuff, and the American version doesn't. Yeah, see this man. Some people would think like, I love the art of this. This looks great. This looks like shit to me compared to the other game. Boobs or not, like this is. I mean, this art style is kind of played out to me, like the dark fantasy, Elden Ring wannabe. It's just kind of okay. So she's got some honkers on her, so they're not like overly crazy. They don't like they jiggle, maybe, maybe a little. But yeah, this is like whatever, She gonna take. Oh, okay. I remember seeing that. That's kind of a cool weapon. I remember this now. But look, here's the thing, man. Not a good comparison. But I'm going to defend Ghost of Yotei here. I think legit, it looks pretty good. And I do have intentions on playing it. That's going to be a busy time for me. Hang on.
Pop him. All right, let's see.
My cap cut finished. That's going to be a busy time for me, But I think I'm going to try it. I'm just going to say, man, I don't think this game is woke after watching the state of play, but I get why people would immediately assume that in 2025. That's what we're going to say. That is what we are going to say.